Hello everybody, welcome to YouTube channel Unricher Biology. I'm here after a long time due to my busy schedule. So, however, we will continue now and I will deliver lecture in respect of need for entrance test for the medical courses, that is MBBS, BDS, etc. So chapter wise we will discuss the questions related to NEET, or you can say PMT. So however, today we will do locomotion and movement, or you can say movement and locomotion. All the living organisms, they perform movement. Whether it is plant, whether they are unicellular organisms, whether they are simple multicellular organisms, whether they are complex multicellular, all living organisms, they exhibit one another kind of movement. Now, in case of plants, they are stationary, but they show movement. How? Opening and closing of stomata is also movement. And you can say opening of floral blood is movement, opening of leaf bud is movement, coiling around the spot by the tendril is also movement. So plants, they also show certain kinds of movement. Depending upon the complexity of the organism and habitat, there are different kinds of movement. Just like in case of amoeba, protoplasmic movement is there. By streamlining the protoplasm, pseudopodia are formed, and by this pseudopodia the amoeba moves. It is unicellular organism. Paramecium is also unicellular organism, but it has cilia all around its surface. So in this case, there is ciliary movement. It moves with the help of cilia. In case of Euglena, flagellar movement is there. It moves with the help of lashing of flagella. In case of, you can say in human being also, uh, blinking of eyes, opening of mouth, movement of jaws, tongue, all raising of arm, movement by the legs, all these are movement. So in insects, there is movement by their legs. In case of hydra, tentacles are the organs for movement. So there are, depending upon their complexity, different types of organelles or organs are present. So today we will describe movement or locomotion in case of human being. Movement or locomotion in case of human being is performed by two main components of the body, muscles and bones. So this movement or locomotive system is also called as the musculoskeletal system. So today we will describe muscular system. I have found video already on the muscular system. You can see that. Again, for repetition, I will tell you, muscles, they form 30 to 40% of the body weight, and more than 600 muscles, they are present in the human body. So what are muscles? Muscles, they are formed of this kind muscular tissue. Muscular tissue is formed of muscle fibers. These muscle fibers are nothing, they are, to say, muscle cells. So three kinds of muscles, they are present in the human body. These are striated, muscles, non smooth muscles, and cardiac muscle. As the name implicates, striated muscles, they have striations of light and dark band. They are striations of light and dark band. These light and dark band, they are of actin and the myosin protein. So myosin protein, they are dark, and actin protein, they are light. These are nucleated. The muscle fibers, they are nucleated in case of striated muscles, and they are attached to the bones. That's why they are also called as the skeletal muscles. And they are voluntary in function. They perform with our will. They are control of the central nervous system, but with our will. So, striated muscles, they are skeletal muscles, they are voluntary muscles, and they are nucleated. Then is the smooth muscles. Smooth muscles, they are non-striated, non-nucleated, and they are present in the viscera. So they are also called as the visceral muscles. They are also called as visceral muscles. They are involuntary in function. They perform themselves. They don't function according to our will. They are auto-controlled. They perform themselves just like we take food at our own will. But digestion of food occurs itself with the help of muscles. The muscles present in the alimentary canal, they function at their own. Similarly, in respiration, muscles present in the respiratory system, they function at their own. Similarly, in the reproductive tract. So, these muscles, they are involuntary. They function, they perform the function at their own. They are not under our will. They are not controlled by us. So, visceral, smooth muscles, they are non-striated, they are visceral, and they are involuntary. Striated muscles, they are skeletal muscles, they are voluntary, and they are striated. Then is the cardiac muscles. Cardiac muscles, they are striated. They are the bands of light and dark band alternating with each other, but they are branched. Cardiac muscles, they are branched and they are nucleated. Just like this. Cardiac muscles, they are branched. But they are involuntary. Remember it. They are striated. They are nucleated. They are branched, but they are involuntary because heartbeat is taking itself. It is autonomous. So they are involuntary in function. So this is all about three kinds of muscles. Then what is the structure of skeletal muscles? So today we will describe the structure of skeletal muscles. I told you that skeletal muscles, they are striated, and these skeletal muscles, they are formed a group of muscle fibers, and these muscle fibers, the group of these muscle fibers, they are called as the fascicles. They are called as fascicle. These are the group of muscle fibers and these are called as the fascicles. These fascicles, they are joined with each other by common collagenous tissue, which is called as the fascia. Each muscle fiber, the outermost membrane, that is plasma membrane, is present, which is called as the sarcolemma. The plasma membrane of the muscle fiber is called as the sarcolemma. And the Cytoplasm of the muscle fiber is called as the sarcoplasm. The endoplasmic reticulum of the muscle fiber is called as the sarcoplasmic reticulum. Sarcoplasmic reticulum. The sarcoplasmic reticulum is rich in calcium ions. It helps in the contraction and relaxation of muscle by production of ATP. So it is the storehouse of calcium ion. So each muscle fiber is further formed of contractile protein. Two kinds of proteins are there, which are those actin and myosin. Actin proteins, they form the light band, and myosin protein, they form the dark band. Actin protein, they are light in color, they form the light band, and that band is called as the isotropic band. And myosin protein, it forms the anisotropic band. Do you follow my point? Actin, down to say, they are formed of two kinds of protein, actin and the myosin protein. Actin protein will form the light band, which is called the isotropic band, and myosin protein will form the dark band, which is called as the anisotropic band. So each actin protein, each actin protein is a molecule is formed of two, F actins. Each actin filament, you can say, it is formed of two F actins, which are helically coiled around each other, helically wound around each other. And then the actin proteins, in the center of the isotropic band, there is present a line of thick filament that is called as the jet line. That is called as the jet line. These proteins, they run parallel to each other, and in the center there is present actin filament, there is present fibrous line of thick fiber, which is called as the jet line. It is called as jet line. And these actin proteins, they are firmly attached to the jet line. Their other end, free end, overlaps the myosin protein. One end of the myosin protein. Have you followed my point? Actin protein, one end is firmly attached to the jet line, other free end, it overlaps the edge of the myosin protein. So in the myosin protein, there is also present a line which is of thin filament. This line is called as the A line. This is called as the A line. So in isotropic band, jet line is present. In anisotropic band, A line is present. Do you follow my point? So here again you can say one end is attached to the jet line and other end overlaps the myosin fibril. So this is A line, this is jet line. The space between the two myosin, which is not overlapped, the space which is not overlapped by the actin filament, that is called as the H zone. This is called as H zone. H zone. Right? So this is all about, this is isotropic band, this is anisotropic band. the portion which is not overlaid by the actin filament of the myosin, that is called as the H zone. And the line present in the center of the isotropic band Z line in the center of anisotropic band is called as the A line. This is all about structure. Then we come to what is the structure of actin and myosin. I told you that each muscle fiber is formed of contractile protein, two kind of contractile protein, which is called as the actin and the myosin. Each actin filament one more thing, the portion between the two Z line is called as the sarcomere. It is a functional unit of contraction. Then each arm to say actin filament, it is formed of two effectins. Two effectins helically to say wound around each other. You can say two effectins which are helically around wound around each other. Like this. So each effectin is formed of two effectins which are helically wound around each other. And each effectin is further it is a polymer of monomers globulin proteins. It is a polymer of monoglobulin molecules, जैसे कहते G molecules. And around this, to say, effectins run another protein, to say, layer of tropomyosin. It is tropomyosin. At certain point of the tropomyosin, there are present complex molecule which is called as the troponin. That is troponin. So this is all about the structure of actin. So I can again repeat, each actin fibril is formed of two effectins filaments which are coiled around each other, which are wound around each other. Alongside of this wounded effectins, there are present another protein, complex protein tropomyosin. It run along the entire length of the effectins. At certain points of the tropomyosin, there are present complex molecule of troponin, and these mask the site of to say actin to join the myosin. So then these F-actin, they are further polymer of globulins. They are further polymer globulin, which are the monomers. Then myosin. What is the structure of myosin? Myosin, it has two parts: head, neck, and head, arm, and tail. Head, arm, and tail. This is the arm, this is head, and this is tail. This head, it has site of ATP synthesis as well as site for actin filaments to be overlapped. So it is site for actin protein attachment, and it is for ATP synthesis. This myosin is further formed of monomers of myromycin. So it is a polymer of myromycin. This is all about the structure of myosin protein. So both protein, they are contractile. It's okay. Rest we'll do. Next time we'll do to say how the muscles contract, that is sliding theory of muscle contraction, and some question related to knee and as well as bones. Okay, bye. Have a good day.